Hi everybody, in this short video I like to show you an agile way based on the Kanban method to organize your daily work as individual or within your team. So before of that I'd like to talk about what are or might be our daily challenges on the work and where does this methodology Kanban comes from and how can it be used. Whereas in the second part we will see how to use it directly using a digital tool. So if we think how should our daily work really be structured and goes on, I think ideally we should work very focused. So be focused on one task and then start the other task and not 200 tasks at the same time. Also that we find very in a fast way what we need, that we have in a good way all the information at our fingertips so that we are well organized, and finally that we know what has to be done first so that we have set our priorities so that in the end we can achieve our objectives and goals. But be honest, how does our daily work sometimes looks in reality? It's more that we are postponing our tasks. So I can't do this task today, I will do it the next day. Or that we have a lot of distractions. Instead of being focused on one task, I jump from email to messengers to a Word document writing whatever on. So by the end of the day, I'm not only frustrated because I haven't achieved anything, more or less I'm also feeling helpless. So one way to help us there is the so-called Kanban methodology. Where does it come from? It comes from Taiji Ono, who invented and implemented this in 1947 in Japan in the productions of Toyota. So the idea was to have a more efficient way of the production and see how all the workflow works. So to visualize it and in case of that to see where are there some bottlenecks and optimize it. So in this methodology, there are three principles. The first is we have to visualize our work. So we have to see what are we doing, what are the tasks that we have to do. Then we have to limit the work in progress, which means we have to be honest to ourselves. How many tasks can I do at one time? I don't believe that we can do more than 20 tasks at the same time. An average value is about 2 to 3 tasks, even or especially if these are more bigger tasks that we can handle at the same time, so that we are not doing too much things or begin too much things at the same time. And always a continuous improvement, meaning that we are always checking what can we do better next time. So how does this Kanban work? Well, it's quite simple. What you all need is a so-called Kanban board, as you can see here in the image. So you need 3 columns. The first column on the left, it's called do, then doing, and then done. The idea is that in the doing, I collect all the tasks that have to be done sometime, not that I'm working now currently. It's like where I put the task to remember them, not to forget them. And as soon as I'm working on a task, I move this task, which is written down, for example, on a post-it, to the middle column calling doing. So in the doing column, I see all the current tasks that I'm working on. And when I have done or I finished my task, I'm moving it over to done. The nice thing is with the column done, I see what have I already done. So it's also visualizing all the success and the achievements that we have. The important thing is that in the column doing, I do not have too many tasks open. So think of this limit work in progress, and that I'm not moving from to do to doing just to fill up the doing, that I only take a new task from to do if I finished one in to doing. So in the end, the advantage of this methodology is that I have everything at one glance. I can see visualized what I'm working on and what will come. Then I can concentrate more on the work because I see them, and it forces me also to complete my tasks because I cannot start a new task if not an ongoing task has been finished. And this in the end is a kind of motivation. So how does it work in practice? I will show that now with a tool. So based on the tool Trello, I'd like to show you how to build the Kanban board in a digital way. If you registered for free at Trello, you can just sign in and afterwards create a new board by clicking on the right upper side on create a new board and give it a name. Let's call it Kanban Board. And here we go. So the idea is to work in columns. The first columns already is created but missing a title, so I give here the title to do. Then the next column is doing, and the last one it's done. Now it's quite easy. As you can see, in each column there is the button called add a card. So I want now to add a card in to do, a task. So I give this a title. Let's say I have to do a presentation. And if I now click on presentation, you see here now a formula that I can fill in more information about my task, like giving a description. You see on the right side a menu with more items, like you can put members who are responsible for it. In this case, only one member is now in this board, but you could choose other members. You give it the label, a checklist, final dates, add attachments like documents, and so on. And the easy thing is that when I start now with this task presentation, I just grab it, put it over into doing, and now I'm working here in doing, and when I'm done, I put it over to done. So this is a very simple way to visualize the Kanban and to visualize my daily tasks. You don't have to do it with Trello. It's just I'm using Trello a lot, but there are other tools like Microsoft Planners and a lot more. So by the end of the day, choose that tool that suits you best. But it's the way it is. So looking forward what your experience are with this Kanban method.